Hello, hello. Today I am going to help you set up a drill that increases your anti-air DP success rate with regard to your opponent's positioning mid-air. So this will help you DP both to the front and to the back for crosscut DPs, as it were. Let us begin. So, setting up the drill. This is going to have 8 slots for the whole complete drill, but you really only have to keep options 5, 7, and one of these 4 here on. 8 is also important, but really, if you turn them all on, they will help you anti-air DP better for, like, sort of appropriately for your opponent's positioning in the midair. So let's start with option 1. I will explain what the purpose of each of these is as I go along, right? So option 1 over here, and again, sorry, just to make sure you know, it is intended for you to actually block some light attacks from Akuma as set up in the drill, and then anti-air. You are not just waiting for his light attacks to finish and just DP. Like, you're not going to do that. Like, you're not going to DP straight away, right? So let's begin. This is crouching light kick, light punch, walk back into fireball. This isn't intended for you to do a heavy DP against. Option 2 is similar, crouching light kick, light punch into walk back, jump forward, heavy punch. This is intended for the Akuma dummy to land in front of you. I missed it there. There we go. See, the heavy DP goes under it there. This is sort of a little bit ambiguous here. There's more ambiguous jump-in normals like in the game. But yeah, jump-ins in this game are really cracked. So it's really important for you to learn these. So option 3 over here is going to be crouching light kick, light punch into the special cancel, dive kick from Akuma. This is intended for Akuma to land in front of you. Once again, you see? Option 4 is going to be similar. It's crouching light kick, crouching light punch into special cancel, chop, the punch option from Akuma's demon raid, or like the old school players, like they call it, demon flip. Oh, I missed it there. It comes out a bit faster than the demon kick option. The dive kick option, I should say. So, moving on. Option 5. Slot 5 is really important because it's crouching light kick, crouching light punch into jump forward, medium kick. If you block this from a point blank range against the Akuma dummy, he will land on your other side. So you will have to crosscut this. Like so. I kind of messed up. I'm supposed to wait until he actually lands on the other side here. Here you go. Until he actually gets those, until I actually block those normals from the ground. So when you knock him down, do this. You can also walk back a bit. I messed up there. You can also practice doing walk back DP. This is really important to keep your opponent in the corner. But hey, you gotta know your ranges and your positioning. It's kind of hard to practice this stuff and talk at the same time all the time. But hey, here we go, right? See, I missed it there. So play around with your ranges. Try to get the right direction, the right range for you to anti-air properly. Option 6, slot 6, is going to be the empty demon raid. We don't cancel this with a down, like holding down like fast fall. Like you can, but really, it's gonna help you set up your walk under crosscuts a lot. See, you got to be careful with when you start the actual half circle back motion, or if you're autocorrect crosscut user, you better also adjust for that yourself here. You got to do it as delayed as possible. See, I'm not good with autocorrect, but I am decent enough with half circle back where I think I can make this drill as a guide for y'all. So this is also intended, like demonstrated, to be a crosscut DP practice. Remember, slot 5 and 6 are both for crosscuts. Slot 4 and 3 are both demon flip options from the front. So this is going to help you anti-air certain special moves that land on the front, right? Options 1 and 2 in slot 1 and 2 are both sort of like walk back into jump forward options. This will help you, both of these options sort of counterbalance each other a little bit. For the first one, you will watch out for a jump air fireball. For the second one, you watch out for, him just landing in front of you. And it can get a little ambiguous depending on where you position yourself. So what's in slot 7 and 8, you ask? Slot 7 is going to be crouching light kick, light punch, light kick. You do not anti-air over here. If you try, it's not going to be actually training your reactions. This is intended to counterbalance against every other slot in this drill. This helps you make sure that you actually sort of react. Actually, you're able to wait to see where your opponent goes up in the air. This will help you reduce the stress from watching out for jump or airborne options, so you can actually anti-air appropriately for the right direction. I myself like to keep this at a higher random selection rate, so I'm actually reacting to all the other options. For slot 8, we have crouching light kick, crouching light punch, jump forward, dive kick at the peak or at the zenith of the jump. This will help you make sure that the dummy has a sort of ambiguous option that you can't really crosscut, right? So this specifically counterbalances against the cross-up option, the cross-up jump medium kick, right? So when you turn both of these on, you have to actually anti-air the right direction here. I didn't wait until long enough there. See? He crossed me up, I do this. Here I walk back. Crosscut again. And that is it for the drill. So for this drill, remember, once again, you got to keep options 5, option 7, and any of the forward landing options from slots 1 to 4 on at a bare minimum. The harder you want to make it, and the higher level you want to train these at, the more options you want to have on. So remember, you can play around with the random selection rate for certain options, for certain slots over here, depending on what gives you more or less trouble. Maybe you want to be able to watch out for other options while you reduce the random selection rate for the cross-up options. Maybe you want to be able to watch out for forward DPs while also being able to do crosscut DPs, or vice versa. Maybe you're actually an outlier who's really good at crosscut DPs, but not really good at also watching out for DPs that you're supposed to do towards the front while watching out for crosscut DPs, right? So try to challenge yourself, see if you can do these things like 10 in a row without whipping a DP, something of that sort, right? Remember, you got to set the dummy to recover in place under the recovery slot in dummy settings. I forgot to set this up for the demonstration of the drills, but the actual drills, they function the same. You just gotta make sure that it's set to recover in place for when you're challenging yourself for the 10 in a row sort of thing. So for this drill, remember, once again, you got to keep options 5, option 7, and any of the forward landing options from slots 1 to 4 on at a bare minimum. the harder you want to make it and the higher level you want to train these at, the more options you want to have on. So remember, you can play around with the random selection rate for certain options, for certain slots over here, depending on what gives you more or less trouble. Maybe you want to be able to watch out for other options while you reduce the random selection rate for the cross-up options. Maybe you want to be able to watch out for forward DPs while also being able to do crosscut DPs, or vice versa. Maybe you're actually an outlier who's really good at crosscut DPs, but not really good at also watching out for DPs that you're supposed to do towards the front while watching out for crosscut DPs, right? So try to challenge yourself, see if you can do these things like 10 in a row without whipping a DP, something of that sort, right? So now I'm going to demonstrate how it's done with 10 of these anti-air DPs in a row. There are conditions where if you miss a DP, like a button anti-air comes out, the DP itself doesn't come out, you block the jump in, or you DP where you're not supposed to, the score resets to 0. So you got to do 10 of these in a row to challenge yourself, and if you can do that daily, I promise you, your crosscut DP anti-air success rate is gonna go up. Alright. I missed there. That's 1. 2. Crosscut didn't come out, so that's 0. That's 1. 0. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8. That's 9. And that's 10. So, if you have any questions about this whole process, this whole drill, please let me know. I'll be keeping an eye out on the comments to help out with any of these questions, answer where I can, and to help clear up any confusion in the event that I've missed something or that I haven't explained something enough. So please let me know. And that is going to be it for me. Ciao.